Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Right now I'm going to be doing a flip through for this first week in January to just look back over what I did and how it went, see how the week went. So these are the journals that I'm using. This we're going to do first, and it's not, I don't look at this every day. It does have a tending list on here that's for every day, but I don't look at it every day. But these are my Cultivate What Matters 2019 Power Sheets. And we will look. I went through and did my goals. There's a previous video for that I will link below. But these are my basic 7 goals. I only have 7, but here they are. So what you do for the month, let me get to January. I went through all of this stuff too, and I made a big list of what I wanted to happen this month, and then we get over to our tending list. So it says encouraging words. I wish I could do lettering and stuff because I know it's really pretty when people do it, but I can't do it. But I did write progress over perfection. That is one of that's one of the mantras for the Power Sheets, and it's also for the faster way to fat loss that my husband and I are just starting this week. And so I just thought this is a great one for the month of January. I'm just working on progress over perfection. My top priority is to set up new routines. So I've already written down the things that I wanted to get done. I'm having trouble, let me get this other stuff out of the way. I'm having trouble figuring out how to track these things. Okay, I picked out a marker to go, it's a Crayola Super Tip to go with each one of my goals. And so I tried to write down at least one thing that I wanted to get done each month this month from each of the 7 goals that I have. And then I wrote, after I had written one from each 7, I picked another one from a different one. So the money goal actually has 2. And then I was like, wait a minute, the weekly actions and the daily habits, I'm not sure that I understand exactly how that's supposed to look or how it's supposed to go. Okay, so what I decided to do was just do it like this. And then it's my book. I can do however I want to do. So what I'm doing is meal plan and prep. This is your progress bar on this side over here. And so I have done that already for the first 2 weeks. So I just randomly picked a spot that I think is about 2 weeks in, who knows. Anyway, and for this also, take pictures and measurements. That was just a one-time thing before we started our faster way to fat loss. So I did that, it's done. I'm marking the whole thing off. And that's all I have for this goal that's in this color. The make planner videos, I'm doing that. I have done that for the last 2 weeks, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark that off as done in here. And also make 2 podcasts. Well, we have done 1, we're halfway through, and we're doing another one today. So that one is halfway done, and it will be done. I know it says weekly, but I don't know. I just didn't follow what that said. Bible journaling, I have done that every day, or I have done that. So I'm putting that about right there for the month. I don't know if that's right or not. And then do D group work. That is a weekly thing actually, and I didn't do it last week. Because we didn't start last week. So we're starting this week, and I will mark that off next week if I do my study work for this week. And then read the Bible daily. I started on the 1st, and today is the 6th. So I have done all of these, and that's how I'm going to mark it. I have done it every day this week. We'll see that when we go through my my happy planner. That's where that is. Then we have create a budget. This is a one-time thing, and it's all done. So there we go. I did that. My husband and I did that, set up a debt snowball. We did the same thing there. And then it says weekly budget meetings. This again is a weekly thing, and we have already done it for the first week. So there, that gets marked off. This is, wait, the wrong color. This is put vacation dates in the calendar. That was a one-time thing, and I did all of that. I went through just a random small little desk calendar, and I just picked each month where I thought we could go or do something that I thought would be fun. And that's the only thing that's been accomplished in the travel goal just because that's all we have. So this says watch movies and discuss. So that is part of our podcast. So we've already done that once. We're actually going to see another movie today, and that will be right there, the rest of that. So part of that, hanging out with my family, is teaching school to the kids. And we only do that 4 days a week. In my other planner video, if you have watched that, you know that we only do school Tuesday through Friday. So I marked off the rest of the days, but we did school every day this week, including the first. My kids thought they were so, they thought it was so bad that we had to do school on New Year's Day, but whatever, they did it. They were off 2 weeks before that, so they're fine. Also, read with family is that same color, and you'll notice nothing is marked off because we have not read since we got back from vacation, which was the day before this. We have not read together at all. So I'm leaving it blank, and it makes me sad, but I am. Keep contact about adoption. I'm marking this on there because we contacted them last week, and then again this week I will touch base with them and see where we are. So I think that is it as far as my tending list goes. And next week I'll update again and see where everything moves to. Okay, so after the Cultivate What Matters, we're moving into the Erin Condren. And this is one that I use every day, if I had it the right way. This is one that I use every day. And I have a little marker up here that tells me which week I'm on. So this was my very first week of planning. And as you can tell, I did not have a kit. I didn't have anything. I had the thing that comes in the January kit from Erin Condren, this book right here, this one. It has a thing in there each month. And so I did use those stickers from the January. And then I just used some other random stickers. This is a kit from Erin Condren that was called Watercolors. And I got it for my very first thing since this book is called the Watercolors book. So that's what I got. So we had a horrible day. We drove through a blizzard this day. I just went through and wrote down what we did. We did school. This is where I did my measurements, which I marked off on my thing over there. This on Thursday, I had my official weigh-in before we start the program. And also my weigh-in from before Christmas, and I lost 3 pounds in the 3 weeks in between there, which is really good because I ate a lot of fudge at my mother's house. Anyway, it's everything else that we did. The Cowboys game, yay, I need to write that they won last night. I was so excited about it. Okay, so I marked the Cowboys game, but I didn't write down that they won. They won. That was their first game in the playoffs. So next they have to go to New Orleans and play the Saints. So I will admit I'm a little bit worried about that game. They did beat the Saints earlier in the year, but that worries me about next time. Okay, so here we are today. We are all done with church. We're going to go watch Spider-Man, and then I've got some more things that I have to film this afternoon, and then this week is done, and I'm ready to move into next week, which is my first one using a kit that I did, and the video for that was posted a few days ago. I'll put a link to that also in the description. So this week in my Erin Condren is done. I have to mark off a couple things for tonight, and then it's done. All right, moving on. This is my Transformer planner from my Happy Planner. And it's kind of everything. And right here in January, I put just my entire posting schedule, when I needed to film, when I needed to edit, and when I needed to post. It was so much easier to just see it all laid out like this, so that's what I was using this for. This is kind of just a giant brain dump for lots of stuff, lots of to-do lists that I want to keep going and move over and all that stuff. So some of these I can mark off. We have already done some of these. There's some more things that I still need to do, all that stuff. So, but most of it has been done. I've already started on a brain dump over here, and I'm reading the Minimalist Home book, so I thought I would use this to discuss every room and what our purpose for that room is. And right now we're in the living room. That video will be coming out when we finish minimalizing. That's not a word. Minimizing doesn't seem like the right word. I don't know. When we finish doing the living room, we will post that video up on there. So that is all of that section. I did get some of these notes, some of these half sheets from to go in my Happy Planner, and so I stuck a bunch of them here, and then I just can pull them out whenever I need them to go in a different section. So my next section is my Faith Planner, and I have it set to go to my week, and this is this current week right here. And every day I had my reading plan over here, and I marked it off. I read every day, and then I wrote down what I thought about what I read. And my thankfulness is for new beginnings, new goals, new everything. I just really like it. This is my setup for this coming week. It starts tomorrow, and I'm going to do the same thing. I have my reading things here, my checkbox there, and then I'm just going to write about what I read. The next thing is our budget. The next thing is our budget. You can see the video I did when I set up a Happy Planner, how I set up our budget and our savings and all that stuff. And then I said what I was going to do for this weekly spread is just write down everything that came out of our account for the week. And then I've got to go back and decide which area it came from. But I'm finished with that. I just checked it again this morning. This actually was supposed to be over here, but it's not. So I'm all done with this week, and next week is all set up and ready to go. I'm going to write down which of these things it came from for this week, and then I'm going to start writing down all of our transactions. I think that'll give me a better idea of where our money is going. And also I like that I have this little card in here because I can write down things we talk about at our budget meeting and things we need to talk about at the budget meeting. So we'll see how that goes. We're debating this right here. I really think that's too much to spend on nails, but I just recently stopped biting them, so it was kind of a reward to go get these. And you can tell that these have been on for, they're not fake nails, but this polish has been on for a few weeks, and so I need to do something with them. And honestly, I don't know what to do because I've never had fingernails before, and now I do, and I don't know what to do. So we're debating about this. Okay, so then that takes us to the Fitness Healthy Hero planner, and this is this week, which really I didn't plan much of anything in this week. I just started taking notes for what is going to be starting on Monday when we do the Faster Way to Fat Loss. And so I had to write down which days I was tracking regular macros, and then I was trying to like come up with some example food days and how that would look and how many carbs and fats and proteins it would be, because we're tracking all our macros. I started here tracking my waters, and then I realized I drink more than I remember to come track, so I'm not doing that. I have my giant water bottle, and I know when I've had enough, and so that's what I do. Next week is all set up. I've got all of my macros. I even went through the first 3 days and kind of decided what I was going to be eating that day. We've already entered all of our food in, a menu. Our menu video will be coming up with our menu planning and all of that stuff. That'll be coming soon. And so I'm ready for tomorrow. I'm all ready to get going and see how that's all going to look. And I'm excited to use all the stuff that I learned over here on that day also. And then we're back at the beginning and all done. This book I check in with maybe every couple of days. I do open the Bible reading one every day, and I open the budget one every day, but really that takes just a couple minutes for me to open it up and write it down and be done. And the Bible one doesn't take more than 5 minutes. So that stays here on my desk. And the one that I use the most all the time with me is this Erin Condren. And I am really excited that I have been ordering more weekly kits. And so on this week, my new plan next week has an Oh Hello stationery kit. And I'm so excited to get going on that. But I'm ready to do this week, starting with tomorrow. So I hope you guys enjoyed the flip through. The kind of tending session on my tending list that I did in my Powersheets, and then the flip through of both of my journals, my Erin Condren, or my planners, my Erin Condren and my Happy Planner. So I will be back with menus, and there's vlogs to watch, and next week there will be another flip through of how my week went. I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.